We're working in Module 6 now, which includes lessons 43 through 49, and we will either not do all of them, or we will, depending on the semester and what's on the lesson schedule. So just follow your lesson schedule. But Module 6 is about reports, and if you'll notice, Lesson 43 is about unbound reports. Lesson 44 is about left-bound reports. Lesson 45 includes multiple page reports. Lesson 46 is the MLA style of reports, and Lesson 47 is the APA style of reports. The last two lessons in the module are projects and test lessons, so you can look at those if you like, but for the start, let's just get into learning what a report is all about and how to format one correctly. If you look in your textbook at page 2-94, you will see a simple one-page report and all of its parts and how many times to press the enter key between the different parts of the report. But this page does not tell you everything. Look, what you're seeing on the screen is that same report before it's formatted. And my philosophy, and it's often the easiest one to use, is to just type the document in its entirety. Do not do any formatting until the entire document is typed, and that way you can go from top to bottom with your formats and not skip over any. But this is the report, the title on the almost at the 2-inch line. It's 3 enter keys down. I'll show you that in just a minute. All of the paragraphs are blocked against the left margin. There are no tabbed over, no indented first line of the paragraph. You have some little short lines, for example this one right here, message content and preferences. Those are called side headings, and they have to be formatted in their own way. You have a footnote at the bottom of this report, and the footnote comes from the first paragraph. If you look at page 2-94, in the first paragraph, just about in the middle of the second line of the first paragraph, you'll see the little superscripted number 1 after the word policy. That indicates that there should be a footnote at the bottom of the page, and your software will create that for you very simply. You just have to know where to go to do that, and we'll talk about that shortly. This report also, as you see on page 2-94, has a list of bulleted items that you need to format, and it has a title that is not formatted like you may have formatted titles in the past. The main capitalization rule for titles and side headings and column headings in tables, the main capitalization rule is you capitalize the first letter of all of the main words in the title or the heading or whatever it is. You have some capitalization considerations to take into account. So, what is a main word? A main word can be one of 3 different things. A main word is number 1, the very first word in the line or the title or the cell heading or the side heading. The first word in the line should start with a capital letter. Email is the first word in this title. It should start with a capital letter. The second rule of main words is any word that is 4 letters long or longer should start with a capital letter in a title or any other heading. So we have no words in this title that are just 4 letters long, but all of them do have more than 4 letters, so each of these words should start with a capital letter. The third rule of main words is if it is an important word in the title or in the heading, then it should start with a capital letter. Main words include things like old, new, not. And if you'll notice, all of those words that I just mentioned are 3 letters long. But they're still important words because if you remove those words from the title or the heading, it totally changes the meaning of the title. So those words are considered to be important words. So anytime you have a title or a heading that has the word new in it, or not, N-O-T, or old, you need to make the first letter of each of those words uppercase. There probably are other important words that are part of that rule too, but we'll bring them up as we get to them, if we do get to them. So I'm going to increase the size of this document a little bit, and you can see what we have here. This is a document that has been typed in the formats that we are required to use for our documents in this course, and also out in real life. They can be used, the documents can be formatted as with these default settings. The text size is 11-point font. It's interesting. Um, the type style is TWSN MT. I'm going to change it to Arial. Calibri, excuse me, the default. Arial used to be a default. Okay, there's Calibri, and if you'll notice it change as I take my mouse pointer off of it, that's Calibri. That's what the publisher put in as the default, which is not right. I'm going to change this to Calibri. Alright, it looks very similar, but it's just a tad bigger. You can see the superscripted number 1 after the word policy in the first paragraph, which indicates that there should be a footnote at the bottom of this document. And there is, and the line is drawn for you by the software. Now, after you type this entire document, you would format it, and I'm going to select the title just by clicking in the left margin, and it will select the title. The title should be done in title style. And these are your styles. And if you look straight across here, you can see the title style. So you just click on it. And it will make it the font size that it should be. It will make it the color that it should be. It will make it the type style that it should be, or the typeface. The side headings, message content, should be heading 1. Side headings introduce what's in the paragraphs that follow. Side headings are on a line all by themselves. They don't generally have any punctuation at the end of them. They follow the main word capitalization rule. And let's see. Let's see if there's another one here. Yeah, here's another one. Preferences. They're generally just 1 or 2 or 3 words long. But any side heading will be on a line all by itself, and then nothing should follow it on the same line. The heading 1 style is the way you format those. Okay, so now we have formatted our title. We've formatted the first side heading. We have formatted the second side heading, and all you do is select them and then choose the style that you need to. The titles always use title style. The side headings always use heading 1 style. Now, if you'll notice, there are some bullets on page 2-94 in your book, and it starts with write clear, concise sentences, and it goes through check the tone of the message. And those are the items right there that need to have bullets put on them so that they will be set apart from the rest of the paragraphs. The way you create the bulleted items is you select everything that you want to bullet in front of, you go to the paragraph group, you go to the bullets button, you drop down the little triangle on the right side of the bullets button, and you choose a bullet. Now, in my classes, I don't care which bullet style you use, as long as the bullet is relative or relevant to the material that's in the report or the topic of the report. You can use the little black squares. You can use the little black dots. You can use the open circles. You can use a check mark. You can use an arrow. If this report is about telephone, the history of telephones, then you can create a new bullet, and you can go to symbols, and you can drop down the list and go to there we are, wingdings, and you might maybe be able to find a telephone. Look, there's a telephone that you could use as bullets in the report about the history of telephones. So I'm not picky about bullets. Bullets can sometimes add a little bit of character to your boring black and white report. So anything that you feel is relevant to the topic of the report, you can use as a bullet for that particular report. I'm going to just use check marks this time. Now, when you choose the bullet, the software will indent all of your text that has been bulleted to the proper location. It will also move over the bullets to a little bit of an indentation, a 1/4 of an inch indentation for the bullets and a 1/2 an inch indentation for the text. Leave it where it lays. And don't you try and do it manually because it will get it all out of whack. So type your entire report. Start at the top. Format the title. Go through and look for side headings that need to have heading 1 style applied to them. Look for the bulleted lines, select them, choose a bullet, use the indentation layout that the software applies to those bullets, and we'll talk about footnotes here in just a minute. So we will move on to the next video so you can learn more about the processes of getting these things done.